Hey YouTube, this is Eric from Gaming Wasteland, and I'm bringing you a secret jumping puzzle that was only discovered in Beta Weekend 3 as far as I know. FoxRhythem over on Reddit posted up a video of how to do it, so all credit goes out to him. I'm pretty sure he's the one who discovered this and made it known to the general public. Anyway, this is located in Lion's Arc, right near the Far Shore waypoint in the bottom right of the map. It was blocked off during the Beta Weekend, so the only way to get there was to play a thief, such as what I'm doing right now, and you need to use the Infiltrator's Arrow, the number 5 ability on the short bow, in order to get into the location. So anyway, you want to come up here, you go through over the roof like we just did, through the little cave, and then we make our way up this hill to an area of the wall where you can see there's a ton of like bushes and shrubs and vines and all that stuff. Anyway, this is the wall that will probably be open when the game fully releases, but for the beta weekend was blocked, so you had to use your Infiltrator's Arrow, target the wall, go through it like that. Right here it glitches a bit, just bear in mind that this is the beta and we're not supposed to be here, so it's a little bit glitchy in parts. And you do it again right there, the Infiltrator's Arrow, and now we're good. Now we're into where the puzzle officially is. Some things to note is that when this goes live, there's a ton of dialogue that the Captain Wayant, or however you pronounce him, you can see down the chat is like a little sample of it if you want to see it. But he does dialogue throughout the whole mission, at least on your first go around. During the beta weekend, it was kind of buggy where if you did it once, you would not hear the same dialogue again. So this is my second run, and as such, I don't hear him at all, except for a few like parts. So anyway, we're gonna drop down here. Kind of looks like Disneyland. That's the vibe I was getting, like I was going into some pirate ride at Disneyland. And we're gonna make our way right into the cavern. And here we are. It's actually pretty nice. I imagine the lighting is gonna be even better once it is completed for a live event. And you can actually see there's like a blue mist flying around. That is supposed to be the ghost, the Captain Wayant. I hope I'm saying that right. Who's flying around, and he actually is our tour guide, sort of, as we'll see as we get to the top right here. He takes us around. It's really funny to listen to, so I suggest when this goes live, listen to all the dialogue that he gives and really follow him around. I'm gonna skip all that. It's probably better you do it on your own anyway. I don't want to spoil anything, and on top of that, it's not really working since this is the second run. I'm not hearing that much dialogue. So we're just gonna run through it. You go through some secret walls, and I think right here we go through another one. Yep. So the whole thing is like it's sort of like an obstacle course. Right now we're in like a maze section of the map. We move on to, well, I don't want to give anything away. I want to keep it somewhat surprising for you people who haven't seen it yet. But anyway, it's broken up into sections, and each section's pretty different from one another. So it's kind of different. There's not much in the way of jumping, but you definitely use your mind for certain parts, and it's definitely a lot of fun to do. So I definitely recommend doing this when the game fully releases. Alright, so now we're on top of that waterfall that I looked at earlier, and we're making our way to the second part. That was, the puzzle is, or the maze rather, is a lot bigger than what I showed. I knew the path after doing it once, so I just rushed through it. But we make our way up here into this cave where there are a million spike traps. Now, I think because this was the beta and it wasn't fully released, spike traps are doing no damage in this section. As I turn the corner up here, I'm not sure if I get hit, but okay, yeah, these spikes in this part do damage, so you actually have to dodge them. And when they're fully out like that, you'll still take damage. So what I recommend doing is basically, there are, hold it right there, you can see I got hit by one. But there are like safe points between each spike trap where you can stand and kind of rest and wait until the spikes have receded back into the wall and then go. So right here, there's some gaps that you can fall in. I'm not sure what happens when you fall down them. I never gave it a go. Oop. Got hit again. The spikes do a lot of damage, and they also put a dot on you, a death over time, so you need to be a little bit careful of that. It can kill you if you're not paying attention and you get hit by like multiple spike traps at once. So this is, I think, the final hallway with spike traps. Wait for them all to recede and just run full speed throughout it, and if you're quick, you should be able to get through the whole tunnel without them coming back out and popping you in the back. Yeah, there we go. Barely made it. Oh, yeah. Ignore the graphic glitches. I'm really hoping that those will probably be all taken care of once this map is actually revealed to the public. So we're heading down here. We're going on to a column. That's like probably the toughest jump in the whole puzzle, to be honest. And now we're making our way up to the third section of the map. we go. Now, for anyone who's seen my dungeon puzzle video, the one that's in the World v World Lake, or anyone who's actually done the World v World puzzle, will probably find this part somewhat familiar. The whole room is pitch black. As you may or may not be able to hear, Captain Wayant is talking about like how he's turning the lights on and off, trying to make it difficult for us. And right there, he's complaining that I picked up a torch, which doesn't do anything. Right now, I'm thinking it'll probably work similarly to the dungeon puzzle in World v World, so we'll see when this puzzle fully comes out. So, yeah, the torch isn't doing anything for me here. I realize that. So I think I'm gonna, yeah, I throw it, nothing. I'm gonna use my 5 ability, which kind of gives a ground target, so I can kind of make out the edges and make the jumps. And there he goes, turning the lights on. How nice of him, and then back off. So this part's kind of fun. It'll be really cool once the lighting's all working for it. I'll be interested to see how it actually plays, whether the torch actually does anything for you or not. One thing to note, during Beta Weekend 3, the torches in general weren't working for me. Like, I was doing the dungeon puzzle again, and same problem. I couldn't see at all with it. So I'm not sure if it was something on my end, or whether Beta Weekend 3 kind of bugged out the torches or what. So who knows, maybe the torch does work in here. I'm just, whatever reason, my graphics aren't working for it. Alright, so I have to try again because I failed pretty miserably there. Let's see if we can make it this time. 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump. Yeah, I think this is the time I make it. But yeah, anyone who's interested in this puzzle, I can't recommend it enough. Like, this one's a lot of fun, and it was fun when I was playing it in its bugged state. When it's actually released, it's going to be that much better. The dialogue was great, and I'm happy that it's sort of not playing because I don't want it to spoil anything for you guys. Okay, so if you want to know which entryway that leads to not your death, keep watching the video. Otherwise, I would suggest skipping forward. Right here, there are 2 doorways that lead to your death, and 1 doorway that leads to the big magic treasure at the end. So I know which one it is. He actually gives you some hints if you listen to the dialogue there. I'm gonna just take a look down the pits, and I go with this one. Let's see if it leads to my death or not. No, all good. So yeah, go to that one. I don't want to say which one it is for anyone who skipped ahead, but go to that one if you want to choose life. The other ones are kind of funny to make your friends think that's the right way. And then here we are. There he is, Captain Wayne. What's up, guy? He says a few closing words to us here. You can see the treasure is actually right there. You can't interact with it right now. It's another thing that I think is just beta related. Give him a little speecharoo. I'm going to be stuck down here forever with him. Oh no. Turn around. Yeah, see, I was trying to see whether I could interact with it. You can't. Hopefully the booty will be pretty good. We'll see when the game, or when the game fully releases. A month. Can't believe it. And oh, there it is. There's the hole. He forgot about the hole. So this whole time he thought people were stuck in there when they could really walk right on out. And one interesting thing is there's actually a cultural weaponsmith right here who has special pirate attire that you can get. Some of the stuff looks pretty neat. I think I actually demo 1 of them or 2 of them out so you guys can get an idea of what it is. Let's see. I'm trying to find the most interesting thing on there. What do I pick? The flintlock, a pistol that you can't see in my character model. But it's there, and it looked okay, I suppose. And I think I tried one other thing because I'm like, that was terrible. Let's see, what else do I go with? I go with the trident. Can't go wrong with that. Or staff, whatever it is. Anyway, it looks pretty neat. I'm sure other ones look really cool, but anyway, the only way to get to that cultural weaponsmith is to do that jumping puzzle. So it's worth keeping in mind. Then you run all the way out this path, and there you go. You're back in Lion's Ark. I will be doing another walkthrough of this when the game fully releases. I just kind of want to give you a sneak peek of what's to come. I'm really excited for it. I think it looks great. It can only get better, and I had a blast with it in its broken state. So check back for that video and more in future updates, and leave any comments, suggestions down below. Bye.
Impossible!
Well, that's not exactly what I was hoping for.